Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today's Wednesday. Lorwyn Eclipsed just came out, but I'm not playing Lorwyn Eclipsed. Please don't leave. Stick around and watch this one. I am playing the tried and true Mono White Aggro. Unfortunately, I just looked at my schedule. I'm not going to have time to record something for Lorwyn Eclipsed before Wednesday's release video because of the way the set comes out and my time schedule. That'll be Friday. I apologize, but that's just the way it is. I'm not going to be good at set releases because they release early week. Anyways, this is a deck that I'm going to be playing because I am playing up in High Diamond. I want to make a run at Mythic, and I figure this is a deck that is very reliable. This is going to be a deck that is going to continue being reliable into the future, and you will certainly be able to play this deck post Lorwyn Eclipse. It's not going to be affected very much. It might get a few upgrades. I actually haven't looked too much at the white cards, but I think mostly it's going to stay the same as it is. So stick around. You know what this deck is. We're loading up a whole bunch of creatures like Wonderweave Aerialist, Optimistic Scavenger, and so forth with a whole bunch of really good enchantments, and we're going to be slamming face very, very early, very, very quickly, and very efficiently. So we're going to hop into some games and see how high we can climb in Diamond. See you over there. All right. Hello to the people who made it through the intro. Thanks for sticking around and coming and watching some awesome gameplay with some auras, enchantments, whatever you want to call them. Definitely not artifacts. I know this is a deck that I've played before, but it's a cool deck, and it's a deck that I think you guys can reliably climb with. It's also kind of mindless to play with. If you could, I should say, sub up. I would love for you to help me a little bit more hit 2,000 subscribers. We're getting very close. And more importantly, leave a comment. I'm also very appreciative of all the comments that I got on the Yuna video. I forgot to mention that on the Kavaro video. A lot of you were saying that it was nice to see a deck represented honestly. Oof. Oh no. Okay, well, at least we get to do this. Yeah, the Kavaro deck, or not Kavaro, the Yuna deck had some problems. It didn't run as well, and it also ran into Kavaro a lot, which made that matchup awfully hard. But yeah, I kind of just put the video out as it was, and a lot of you mentioned that it was nice to see that games were not cherry picked or cut or whatever. So thank you for those kinds of comments. So many Badger Mole Cubs. Please, please stop with the Badger Mole Cubs. I can't handle it. I've already killed 2 of you. Do you got more? Let's see. Quantum Riddler, and it is warped in. Also like the video. You know, hey, it's an easy thing for you to do. All those things, if you want to help me continue to grow. So Spellbook Vendor onto the field. We're going to auto pay. We're going to throw this onto the Wonderweave Aerialist. It is now a 4/3 life-linking attacker with an ethereal armor coming down the pipeline. So am I going to be able to kill the opponent? Ethereal armor is always one of these tricky ones because I never want to count how much damage it's going to be. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts. So it's going to be +6, and it's not going to be quite enough damage. Also, they have the Leyline Weaver now, which is a pretty good blocker against our flyer. So that's going to be a little bit... Ooh, hang on a second. Hang on. So if they... Oh no, of course the Leyline Weaver untaps. I hate the Badger Mole Cub decks. Okay, I was thinking that I could put in the Shard Mage's Rescue as a way now of putting another aura on the field. Let's say I do put the Shard Mage's Rescue onto the field now. I also give my Spellbook Vendor flying next turn. I don't think that's actually a bad thing to do. So let's do this. Yeah, let's go. I don't think they're going to have any kind of interaction. So I may as well just try to pressure them as much as I possibly can. We're going to get 2 scries here. We're going in pretty hard. They need... okay. They need to block with the Leyline Weaver. And as long as we don't get hit by... Even if we get hit by a Crater Hoof, I don't think a Crater Hoof actually kills us now. We do have the Spellbook Vendor as a blocker. I'll hold the planes because it's not a big deal. But they're going to need a lot here. Putting out a Quantum Riddler is also not going to be enough because we're going to have 2 lethal attackers coming in with that second Ethereal Armor that's coming down the pipeline. What's the disaster that happens here? That's something I don't actually think about too. Once in a while I do, but against a deck like this, I don't really think too hard. What's the disaster card that we could potentially see? Okay, this is 6, 7, 8 mana. I guess they could tap the Gene Pollinator, tap the land for 8 mana. 8 mana. What do you do for 8 mana? I guess they can go and get a worm. They could play a behemoth. That's not going to do it. They can only play 1 Quantum Riddler. They could play a Quantum Riddler plus... oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty... Why are they playing that card? Okay. They can bounce both of them. Oh my god, it's actually a disaster. Meringue River Regent. When did this deck put in the Meringue River Regents? Why are they playing this card now? It's so good. Okay, let's see what they bounce, though. It all comes down to what they end up bouncing. They could make an error here. So they didn't bounce the Wonderweave Aerialist, meaning they wanted to keep the 2 mana for something. Why? Oh, okay. That was weird. Okay. I guess... What did they bounce off of? They bounced the Scry Sorcerer's token off of it? That's weird. So if I put the Sorcerer's token onto it, it's going to give +2. I don't need to put the Ethereal Armor onto it yet. But is there a reason not to put the Ethereal Armor onto it? Maybe. Okay. Yeah. 6, 7. Not 6, 7. That's not 6, 7. Sorry. I really want... How many of you just had a weird reaction? Because a lot of my students, when I say 6, 7... Oh, yeah, teacher, by the way. You see eyes go up, and they're like, oh, he said the magic words. It's still a thing of where I am. 8, 7. And there is the Leyline Weaver, which is a problem for our blocker. One more time. We're going to just have a hard time putting this last little bit of damage through. This Badger Mole Cub deck finding everything they need just to stay alive against us. But we are going to be able to slam this down. We're also going to be able to put another Sorcerer's Roll on the Spellbook Vendor. And if we find... What do we need to find that would help us? Trample, which is not in this deck. I don't think there's anything in my deck right now that I could use to kill the opponent. That's a pretty good card, though. Okay, a Most Helpful Weaver onto the field. The opponent now also has to deal with 2 very, very nasty first striking creatures. We get double Scry, so there's a very good chance that we'll find something. And we're also up to 57 life. Shard Mage's Rescue. Is that the card that you want? No? Maybe? No? Maybe not? No? I don't know what I want. Honestly, I think I just want the opponent to have like 2 lands and then another land on the top of their library. We obviously get to just keep chipping through them. We're going to have 3 good attackers on the following turn, although this guy might not be able to get big enough. If they end up having an Ouroboride, hey, I remember the name, Ouroboride, then now we have that to contend with. If they have 2 Ouroboraids, we're in big trouble. Shouldn't say it, because every time you say it, it wheels it into existence. A Craterhoof Behemoth. Okay. I don't... This is a lot of damage, but I don't think it's lethal damage. So what... We got to do some math. 54... 54 damage. This is not lethal damage. Are they doing the math? Don't do the math. Don't do the math. Don't do the math. Just attack. Go. You did... Oh my god, it's so much damage. Just hit all attack. All attack. Go. Go. Oh. Okay, attack with... Yes. Yeah, that's fine. 2. Come on, bring 2 in. No. Come on. Coward. Yes. Oh. Okay, so that's fine. We get hit for that amount of damage. It's fine. And now we need to find something big. Yes! Okay, what do? We put it on this. This is the card. This is the card that gets us the victory. They have... Yes! Yes! Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, it's so fun to... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just fun, right? What an absolute roller coaster of emotions in that last game. But we hit an awesome top deck. Feather of Flight. You can't discount this card. Also, I never really looked at the art. That's a lizard that's flying, huh? What's he doing up there? What you doing up there? All right, we are against a mystery deck. Is it Dimir? Is it like Dimir Tempo? I don't know what you even call that. Kaito? I never see that deck anymore. Could also be a mill deck. So we could be going into a Singularity Rupture. It's Kavaro. Kavaro. We got a Bookworm. So we got to kill them fast. And I think the most helpful, or a most helpful Weaver is the best card. You know what's a pretty good card against Kavaro, though, secretly? Veteran Survivor. Veteran Survivor sits here and starts eating their stuff. And if I can give it flying on the next turn, it'll make it a little bit harder for the opponent to deal with. Then we're going to need to have a Bitter Triumph, I think, to be able to remove it. Otherwise, if it can get 3 cards exiled with it, it's going to get hexproof and be even more annoying for the opponent to deal with. Okay, well, we kind of missed. Let's put that on that, and we'll give flying to the Veteran Survivor. We get to draw a card. That's pretty good. Do I... Okay, they don't have anything in the graveyard. They don't have a way of putting stuff in the graveyard at instant speed and also using the Valgavath's Faithful. So I think I'm actually okay loading up the Veteran Survivor and hitting them for 9 damage. Then on the following turn, they have to deal with the Veteran Survivor. They have to deal with the Wonderweave Aerialist. We're going to get double strike from something. So even if they heal a little bit, that's good. That's good. That's good. What a nice quick one. So we had a grindy one against Badger Molcub, and then we just run over Kavaro. Heemberg up next. Apparently a collector. Opening hand. I don't... What do I feel about having 3 beautiful ladies in front of me? I'm going to try it. We're going to try it. This Seam Rip could end up being... Man, Seam Rip... Best of 1 Seam Rip is such a gambling card. There are some matchups where it is absolutely atrocious, and then there are some matchups where it is just the nuts. This matchup, Hired Claw. Tough, tough, tough. I think I'm going to run out of Spellbook Vendor. It might end up eating a shock, but I think I'm okay with that. I like that land. Cool. And if they end up pumping, like spending a turn to pump up the Hired Claw here, I'm so okay with it. Maybe not. Okay, do something. Do something with your mana. It is a Razorkin Needlehead. Okay, so from here, I suppose what you do is you Shelter by Ghost onto the Hired Claw. You hit the Razorkin with the Seam Rip, and you hope that you can go 1 turn with them not having a shock or a Burst Lightning. If they have a shock and a Burst Lightning and another land, we might be in trouble. Oh, they do. We got 2 for 1. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, well, it's going to happen. Anyways, we get our Spellbook Vendor. We may as well put out a Veteran Survivor, load the field up, and then start auto-paying. Yeah, maybe I should have waited 1 more turn so I could have made sure to get her up to a 3/3. But I was just... Oh, the opponent has my number. What a Giga Chad. It's fine, though. We can attack in with the Spellbook Vendor on the following turn. Maybe start making a little bit of headway here. That's not the worst card either. Okay. So Spellbook Vendor, we will remove the Hired Claw, and I think, of course, we are going to load up the one that just came in with this. Sure. Attack in for 3. Find me something good. Hey. What card could be better than a Sheltered by Ghost? Especially against a Nova Hellkite that's not going to attack because the opponent's going to be too afraid to attack. The opponent is not afraid of attacking. All right. We do this. We hope they don't have a way of removing it. We decline both of these because you can only have one Sorcerer's roll on our girls at one time. Weaver's good. Weaver's good enough. So that's another thing that I can put a Sorcerer's roll onto. And it'll also be something that'll be good for the double strike. I think I'm keeping it. I think I feel good about it. Firebrain Scheme. Exile 2 cards and they may play those cards. It was a Razorkin and a Mountain. So they play out their Mountain. You can play one of those cards, not both of them. Until the end of the turn, choose one. I see. And they got 2. They hit Mountain, 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 Razorkin off of those top 4 cards. And they can't keep up with the admittedly lucky, Sheltered by Ghost off the top of the library. Game number 4, Fëanor, I guess. Fëanor. Okay, yeah, we don't have our turn 1. Our Optimistic Scavenger has been hiding a little bit. A little annoying for us, but that's okay. We'll have to lean, I think, okay, so you know what this is. This is bad news for us. From here, I think I probably want to go with the Wonderweave Aerialist. It can't get hit by the Oblivion Ring type card that they have. They have the Synthesizer, though. They can use the Clayfire Bricks to go and get a... They're going to go and get, what's it called? The Starcage Pinnacle Starcage, and wipe us out. So I think because of that, I'm going to proactively hit the Clayfire Bricks, and I'm going to just put a Most Helpful Weaver onto the field. And start attacking in. I think this is going to be a little bit of a rough one. We're going to have to go to the sky with this Wonderweave Aerialist and hope to be able to do enough damage eventually with the Ethereal Armor and the Shard Mage's Rescue, but I think that's asking a lot of the deck. That being said, they have had a little bit of a slower start, and the Shelter by Ghost is not bad. Do I put the Shelter by Ghost onto the field now? It seemed... Yeah, okay. Now, do you hit... I think you hit this and you actually just push damage. Okay. I think I win on the back of this Wonderweave Aerialist. I don't think I win by taking a Simulacrum Synthesizer. I got to keep it alive, and then next turn it'll get double strike. So as long as they don't have a Starcage Pinnacle here, we might be fine. Cryogen Relic, they're digging. The Oblivion Ring card is not going to be good enough. They need specifically Starcage Pinnacle. I don't know if Magic Arena works this way, but that was 100% the card they drew. If they top decked the Starcage Pinnacle, that is incredibly tilting. I kind of feel like they may have done that. Oh, there's nothing worse than getting top decked, right? Oh, it hurts. It hurts so much. And now we might die. I do have a ton of damage, so if I do grab Feather of Flight, I could do some damage. It's not going to be enough damage, though. I don't think we're getting out of this one. I think we met our match. Yeah. All right, GG opponent. We're not going to suffer through this one. They're going to make so many more constructs there, and they're going to kill us on the back turn. A little unfortunate. I do still think that was my only hope, was leaning into this Wonderweave Aerialist. On the next turn, double strike, Ethereal Armors, we would have had it, but that felt like a dirty, dirty top deck. All right, Kid B, I'm a little annoyed now after getting hit by Starcage Pinnacle, so I'm going to take it out on you. Hey, not with this hand, though. Oh, this is a little bit better than the last one. I'm gonna keep a risky one-lander. We're gonna lean in on this Optimistic Scavenger. We do need a land off the top of the library. We also need the opponent to be playing something where the Seam Rip is getting big value. No, no land. Okay, but a Plains does mean that it might be a deck that has something for Seam Rip. Now with the Pyre, though, oh, that's just Jeskai. Why? I've been running into some... The matchups I've been running into have been very weird. I've been getting decks that I haven't really seen a whole lot of for weeks, it seems like. And now the client wants to give us nothing but spot removal. All right, I'm gonna load up the Wonderweave Aerialist, I suppose. Start chipping in for a little bit more damage. I think this is futile as well. They don't have blue mana. There's their blue mana. Okay, a little bit of blue mana, but I think they're in such a comfortable position that they don't even need to worry about things. They can just let me hit them for a little bit, and then they can hit me with a Day of Judgment. Next turn would probably be a pretty good turn to hit me with a Day of Judgment. Kind of feels like that's what's going to happen right now. Hey, we call them. We call them like we see them. We miss on our double strike thing. I'm just going to put it on the Optimistic Scavenger, make it a 4/4. It gets out of range of another Lightning Helix. GG, opponent. GG. We're not sticking around for this one. Ouch. 2 tough losses in a row. Opponents having exactly what they need to fight us. Best of 1. Icky is up next for game number 6. We did keep a one-lander last turn. I think we can't keep it again. Man, thinking back, like, what are you going to do against 2 Lightning Helixes, 2 Day of Judgments against a Boros deck like that? It's not going to happen. We're going to go turn 1, Veteran Survivor. I mean, I guess we get rid of a Plains. That sucks. We might not find a 3rd plane for the rest of the game, but we'll try. What can we do but try? Okay, we're against, a burn deck. Okay, hey, and we made the right choice with our Plains. So we may as well put the Wonderweave Aerialist onto the field. If we can eat a few more cards with this Veteran Survivor, man, oh man, we'd be good to go. You don't see a whole lot of this card. The opponent taking a turn off. Unfortunately, not putting more stuff in our graveyard for us to eat with the Veteran Survivor. But we do get to hit them for 4 more damage. And we do get to hold up the Shard Mage's Rescue, rather. Seam Rip, maybe we'll have a target in the future, but we need to stop drawing lands, please. We did put one to the bottom. Optimistic Scavenger, not bad. I guess I put it out because I might have to flash in the Shard Mage's Rescue, and that's just like a little bit of extra damage. What are you sitting on, opponent? Okay, let's get frisky. No casting from the opponent, so they've only cast a Bolt Wave so far. They have something. Are they just going to wait one more turn? Maybe they're really trying to avoid this Veteran Survivor getting cards underneath it, which, honestly, yeah. Okay. Boros Charm from the opponent, so they're playing very carefully around the Veteran Survivor. If it does end up getting Hexproof, they're not doing anything against it, and this is anemic. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, opponent. That's some rough running from them. What do we hit? We hit... does this card win for us? So this will let me put 2 more damage on the board. Let's put it on the Veteran Survivor. Put it on the Veteran Survivor. We are up to 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. We are 1 damage short, so we will not do that. Don't want the Seam Rip. Okay. Now, the opponent could have a board wipe. I don't see that being outside of the realm of possibility. If they end up wiping us, Bolt Wave. My goodness, are you gonna do it? Shock. Are they using... Oh, we're getting killed by traditional burn. Opponent, I appreciate that. We were 1 damage short. The opponent played it very carefully. That kind of interesting. So we went 3 wins in a row, nice and easy, and then just getting absolutely picked apart by opponents who just like had the calculated best stuff for all of us. That, I don't think we had a... Did I have a chance somewhere else? I wonder if I had... You know what? I think I could have... I had a winning line. When they attacked with the Restless Cow, I could have Shard Mages Rescued. That would have given me 1 extra mana. And then I could have Seam Ripped with that extra mana on nothing. But I didn't know I was going to draw that. But I should have... Honestly, was I to expect them to be able to do that much damage to me? I don't know. So much for a video that was supposed to be showing that this deck is a deck that you can most certainly climb with, right? Things have not been working out for me. I really handed off to that last opponent, though. They really... They could have used... you know what that means, right? Kona. They could have used the Burst Lightnings or the Shocks on some of our creatures. And they saw that, you know, they would have to kill us in a certain amount of time. So they definitely calculated it out very well. Good on them. They found the winning line. This might be a quick one, and it might make us go 3 and 4 rather, because I don't feel very good against Kona. We don't have really anything to fight against it, and if they just kind of have it, they have it. I can take the Roiling Dragonstorm, or I can put this on the field and load up the Wonderweave Aerialist with the Sorcerer roll. This will give me another attacker for the following turn. I think probably this is the best damage output. It also gives me a Scry, but there's a good chance that we just die on the following turn. Land, sure, we'll keep it on top. And it's all up to whether or not they don't got it. Okay, sometimes the opponents don't have it. Please, my MTGA, please. My last 3 opponents have had it. I can't handle any more of this. All right. How much damage do I have? I'm going to put another Sorcerer's Roll on this. So that'll be 3. 3, and then I can put a Feather Fly. I mean, it's not even close to enough damage. But I guess I have to just do what I can. Sure. Yeah, okay. And Sorcerer roll up. It's a good amount of damage, but it was nowhere near as much damage as I would have needed. Double Scry. I think I don't want another Vendor and a Plains. Probably I don't want another Plains. I don't even know what I would want. I would want, again, the opponent to not have what they need. All right. Do my hopes and dreams fade away here? Oh, we get lucky. So we were able to put enough pressure on the opponent and take down a 4 and 3. We've so much progress on this ladder. Wrap up. All right, so Mono White Aggro Auras deck, it's still functioning just fine. The deck is what it is. There's nothing to say about it. It's going to be a good deck going forward. It's the reason. There's a reason why it's one of the most popular decks that people are playing these days. It's good. It's going to continue to be good. You saw in some of those games, though, where things can go really bad for us. So if the opponents just have every bit of removal for these creatures. Obviously, the deck folds pretty hard because you need to be loading up your creatures, but you can usually get out to a pretty good fast start, and things like Shelter by Ghost get you enough life that you can even tank a huge attack from a Crater Hoof Behemoth and not worry about it like we did in that first game. That first game was wild. Even though I did have 3 bad losses, we did get to see cool losses, and there were a couple of really good wins, so I don't mind the way this video ended up panning out. Hopefully I'll be in Mythic by the time a video drops on Friday for Lorwyn, and yeah, look forward to finally seeing something new from the channel on Friday with the new cards from Lorwyn Eclipsed. I have no idea what's going to happen, but it'll be with some of the new cards at least. Take care for now. Have a great release, and I will see you in the next video. Saranga Ipana, and bye-bye.